We're going to look at another place where we need to use percentage in order to calculate in finance. And this is called VAT. So for this lesson, you need to understand what it is in finance. You need to be able to explain what it is used for. You need to be able to calculate the price including VAT, calculate the amount of VAT that is charged, and be able to calculate a price before VAT was added. Right, what is VAT? Well, in South Africa, for many years, since its inception until about 2 years ago, VAT was charged at 14%. It is now charged at 15%. That is our VAT rate, which is a percentage, and it is charged on all items. So when you go to the shops and you see those prices, they all include VAT. There are some items that do not get charged VAT, or VAT is not included, and those are your basic foodstuffs in order to help the poor people. For example, brown bread, milk, oil, maize, samp, to name but a few. The government gets extra revenue through VAT. All governments need money to run, and so the VAT is used in order to help the government run the country. The VAT exempt items, or the items without VAT, are indicated by a star or a hashtag when there is no VAT added to it. So please look at your till slips and see how it's indicated. The first example we're going to look at is to calculate the amount of VAT that needs to be added to a price that's excluding VAT. EXCL, and you will see that on financial documents, means there is no VAT and we have to add it. So remember, VAT, and this you have to know, is 15% in South Africa, and that actually means that we are increasing a price by 15%. But this question is just asking for the VAT amount. So we're going to take our 456 Rand and 28, and we're going to multiply it by 15 over 100. And remember, I said to you, when we're using it in a calculation, I'd really like you to write it as a fraction. So you can take out your calculator, and if you put that into your calculator, you are going to get 68 Rand and 44 cents. We only round off at the end. Remember, when I round to 2 decimal places, which is money, I look at the neighbor. 4 or less, let it rest. So that is going to be 68 Rand and 44 cents. So part B, we're going to look at the same question, but from a different point of view. What is the price including VAT? So in other words, we have to find the final price, including VAT of that item. So we know that VAT is 15%, so I'm going to increase that by 15% because VAT we add on 456,28 plus 15%, 15 over 100, multiplied by the price, which was 456,28. And if you want, you can put that over 1. Put that in your calculator, and you will see it's the same as what we worked out before. So over here, you're going to get 68,442. Right, I've got to add that to the original price without VAT, so 456,28 plus 68 is 68.44 is going to give me 524,722. Round off to 2 decimal places, look at the neighbor, 4 or less, let it rest. So this is going to be 524 Rand and 72 cents. Again, round off only at the end. Let's look at the next one. This is the more difficult ones. Okay, so what you have now, an item costs 369. It includes VAT. Now I want to tell you right at the outset, because it's a percentage increase, You cannot just subtract VAT. So there's a formula you have to use, and that is going to be, you're going to get your VAT inclusive price, and you are going to divide it by 1 plus I. Now the I equals 15%. Okay, so let's try and do this. Just remember, this is after VAT has been calculated. So VAT inclusive price is going to be 369,09. I'm going to divide it by 1 plus 15 over 100. And I want you to work this out first before you do your division. Okay, so if we do that, you're going to get 369,09 over 1,15. So now you're going to take 369,09. You're going to divide it on your calculator by 1,15, and your answer will be 320 Rand, 947. There are a whole lot more, but I only need to go to 3 decimal places because I must round to 2. So I look at the neighbor. If it's 5 or more, let it soar, which means I've got to add 1 onto the 4. So this rounded up would be 320, 9, 4 plus 1 is 5. So that is the price before VAT. Sometimes they ask you to calculate how much VAT. So the VAT would equal, the VAT equals your inclusive price minus your exclusive price. So we started off with 369,09. I'm going to subtract 320,95, and let's see what we get. So that's 369.09 minus 320.95, and the total is 48 Rand and 12 cents. So the VAT is 48 Rand and 12 cents. Right, I need to show you this little diagram. So my price before VAT, if I go before VAT to after VAT, I am increasing. Remember, we look at a ruler again. I'm increasing. So I'm going to multiply by 1 plus I. And remember, I equals 15 over 100, or 15%. When I want to get my price before VAT, so if I've got my after price, the inverse of multiply is divide. So I'm going to divide by 1 plus I. And you will see that this is going to be 1,15, and this is going to be 1,15. So you could take your price before, multiply by 1,15, and you will get your price including that.